Hey, I'm Zoe and welcome back to my channel, Zoe's All Booked. If you're new here, welcome to the shit show and welcome back to the chaos because I'm gonna be doing fully unedited raw films. What? Just came out of my mouth. I'm gonna be raw dogging these videos. No editing, nothing, because my computer is once again fucked. And I will get into that at the end of this video, but for right now, we are just gonna chit chat for a little bit. I'm going to talk about some books that I like to read to get me out of reading slumps because I haven't been in like a general reading slump because I've been listening to audiobooks, but I haven't been reading physical books. So like it still kind of counts. Anyways, I do not have a way of reliably editing and making things look nice and cohesive so you get my unfiltered ADHD mom brain rambling. Let's do this. I also don't have a lot of time because the kids are going to be coming home from school soon. So we're just going to, my arm's itchy. We're just going to do this. And the baby's sleeping, so I got to do this before the baby wakes up. I've got 3 books here. A historical fiction, kind of historical fiction, like alternate history type thing. You've seen it around on my channel, let's be honest. An adult romance, and then a young adult fantasy. These are my 3 that like I go back to. And then at the end I will also get into like books that you can choose or gravitate towards if you're in a reading slump and finding like what will work for you. So, without further ado and further madness, let's do the first one. If you've been around on my channel in any capacity at all, you will likely have heard me talk about this book, Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger, the book that started my booktube channel for all intents and purposes. So this one follows Sophronia. She is a 14-year-old girl in an alternate history Victorian England, and her family just wants her to act like a fucking lady, and she just does not want to do that. So she gets sent off to a finishing school. That was like a whistle on that note. And normally I would do like a retake and edit that out, but we're fucking going with it. Anyways, she gets sent to a finishing school. But it's not your typical type of finishing school. This is where you learn the fine art of finishing others. It's a school for assassins and spies, but in a ladylike fashion. We are going to stick to our manners and our etiquette, but we're going to kill a bitch. And it's so much fun. It's not a very long book at all. And I like to go back to old favorites when I'm in a reading slump. I know what's going to happen. There's no guesswork. There's no, am I going to like this? I know that I can pick this up, sit down. I pick things up and put them down. I can sit down with it, open it up and fly through it and have the time of my fucking life. That's what I need personally when I'm coming out of a reading slump. I don't know what is going on right now, but there's like a smell, like a metallic-y smell, and I can't breathe. I fucking hate it here. Anyways, I'm doing great. So yes, she goes there to learn how to be a lady while poisoning people, because the poison is a lady's art. This is the first book in a 4-book series, the young adult one, and then the first series that's actually was published in this universe, because it's 3 different series in the one universe, is Soulless, which is an adult historical fiction fantasy type thing, and then there is a sequel series that's like a new adult. So this one is set before the adult one. You don't have to read the, I apologize if there was a sound there. I just got a message from my son's EA and another one. You don't have to read the adult one before this one, or this one before the adult one, but the 3rd one I would recommend reading the first 2, because characters, arcs, things, it just flows better. Anyways, that's the first one. It's fantastic. Also, the font is like a little bit, it's not like super small, which helps with picking a book to get out of a slump, which I will get into. And then we've got the adult romance. This is, I think this is one of like the first spicy romances that I ever read, and I fucking love this book and the series, and I need to read it again soon. Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren. I love Christina Lauren, but their early stuff, like this, was Twilight fan fiction that got rebranded into this, 50 Shades of Grey style. This is so much more spicy than their recent stuff. And I've heard that they want to get back to writing more spicy stuff, but with the publisher and traditional publishing, everything, the less spicy stuff was working. If they ever go back to this, I will be so fucking happy. Like, spice starts on page 10, possibly. I'm not going to look through it right now, but I think it's like page 10, around there. This is an office romance, boss intern type thing. Chloe and fuck. I want to reread this, but I don't know if I can because the guy's name is Bennett. And my 4th kid, we named him Bennett, not based on this character. I will never name a child after a character in a spicy romance that I like to read because that's just fucking weird. The name, my husband says is not, but I'm pretty sure he's named after like an old gas company, oil company. He's into antique signs and whatnot, but we have a gas pump in the garage that says Bennett on it. So I think that's where the name came from. Honestly, if it is, I'm cool with it. But the guy's name is Bennett. Can I read that? I'm gonna have to do some like epic dissociating at that point if I do. But yeah, the boss is a beautiful bastard. He's just a fucking dickwad to Chloe, but they're very attracted to each other. And then they enter into a relationship that they ethically, should they be? No, probably not, but it's fucking fantastic. I love it. The banter in this is just top tier. The first 3 books in this series are my favorite. I flip-flop on which one is my favorite every time I do a reread. The last 2 are also good, but less spicy and less like the original main characters, like the group expands. But the first 3 are my favorite. And if I read this and this one too, and we'll see with the 3rd one, I like to go back to a series, so I know that I will have lots of books in a row that I can read and know what's going on and not be surprised, to get me back into the flow of things. So this one has 4 books and then 5 books and then 4 books. That's a lot of math for me. I'm not going to do that, but you can do that math if you want. And then this one is 5 books. And then finally, the 3rd series here is, honestly, I have to do it. The Assassin's Blade. Throne of Glass is the first one, but we'll get into that in a second, by Sarah J. Maas. This is the prequel to the series. That was my name. Because I've read the series so many times now, I start with this one. But in my humble opinion, I would always suggest starting with Throne of Glass, reading Crown of Midnight, and then this one, or Heir of Fire, and then this one. So 1, 2 prequel, or 1, 2, 3 prequel. I do not recommend starting with this one. Some people like to. Do what you want, honestly. But I find this one, the emotional impact is more emotionally impacting if you don't read it first. But future reads, I like to start with this one because it just lines up better and it makes more sense. Obviously, it's a fucking prequel. Anyways, Throne of Glass follows Selena, an assassin who is taken out of the salt mines where she has been a slave for a year, and she is told that if she competes in the King's Champion, or the tournament to become the King's Champion, and she wins, she will be granted her freedom after a short time working as the King's Champion. She has to compete against 23 other assassins and thieves and murderers from the kingdom. And while all this is going on, something starts killing off the contestants, and she needs to figure out why before she's next. And then the series continues on from there. But my problem is when I start reading Throne of Glass, I have to read Throne of Glass and then ACOTAR and then Crescent City. And I am currently on Crescent City 3, House of Flame and Shadow, because I did it. I finally convinced my brother to read Throne of Glass. He's been listening to the audiobooks. He's on Heir of Fire and finally starting to get into it. And he's like, I understand now. So I was like, you know what? We've been talking about this so much. I'm going to start. So he's on Heir of Fire. He did 1, 2, prequel 3. And when he started the second book, I started listening to Assassin's Blade, and it's been like 2 weeks now, and I have gone through all of the books in the universe. No, on the last one. I have a fucking problem. Anyways, that's besides the point. But these are 3 books that it's 3 series really, that I like to start when I'm getting into a slump, just to get back into the swing of things again, because I know what's going to happen. I like it. I know that I'm not going to be disappointed reading this. I know that it's not going to put me into a further slump because what the fuck is going on? Why is this so boring? Or why am I just so emotional? Like Throne of Glass. I know that I'm going to be crying in every book. Same thing with ACOTAR and Crescent City. Like, I know where the emotional beats are coming. I know to prepare. I know I will be emotionally devastated. And I can prepare for that. So it's cool. It's different. But if it's something that's coming out of nowhere and like a beloved character dies in my first time reading a series and I'm just emotionally devastated, I will be thrust into a further slump. And nobody fucking wants that. So that brings me to a dry mouth. Excuse me for a second here. I made a chai latte earlier so I could film a video because I'm trying this challenge thing on Instagram that is so fucking besides the point. Anyways, shut up. Let's go. Tips for you to get out of a reading slump. Number 1, short books. Don't be like me, unless it fucking works for you, and go for a book that is the first one in a 7-book series. Unless, again, like that's something that you want. I would go for a short book, a romance, a light, fluffy romance, something with big font, a graphic novel, a kid's book, something, just to dip your toes in there. I also like to go back to really nostalgic books, like the Click series. Again, 1,000 books in that series, but if you can just do one, that's great. Do that. Books and series are like lays for me. I can't have just one. I have to finish. I normally am not the type of person to finish something that I start. I get really big ideas and then I burn out quickly. But with series, I have to finish them. It's a sickness, truly. But if you're going for something that's new to you, that you want to try something new to get out of a slump, definitely going to recommend short books like that. A rom-com, if that's what you're into, something that's not too heavy, something that's not too long, too dense. Like, I would not, for example, this one, I don't know where the first book is. This is the 3rd book. I would not pick up something like this. What is this? Edge of Eternity by Ken Follett. This is, like, this thing is fucking heavy, okay? You could kill a bitch with this. I would not recommend that. Something that is an adaptation. So if there's a show that you love, try picking up the book. Or a movie that you love, try picking up the book. Something that is very similar to something you've read before, always a good option. But I will always advocate for like a light, fluffy romance. If that's something that you're into, do that. Because I know for me, once I sit down, I just start flipping. I start flipping the pages. This is back and forth. This is not how you read a book. Ignore me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Anyways, I sit and I just start reading and I get sucked in. And then next thing I know, I'm several chapters in and I haven't looked up once. And then I feel cured once again. Who the fuck is messaging me now? I'm Kurt. My husband's messaging me. Why am I so popular while I'm filming? Nobody talks to me all day. And then this. It's like there's a fucking radar. What other tips? Try a different format. If you normally read a physical book, try an ebook, try an audiobook. If you normally do ebooks, try sitting down with a physical book and see if that changes things. It might just spark something different in your mind to be like, hey, this is good. This is different. My mind is going brr and it's working again. Again, though, going back to an old favorite seems to be the trick for myself and a lot of other people. So try that. I know some people are very against rereading, but fucking try it if nothing else is working. Anyways, how long has this been going for? 14 fucking minutes. Holy shit. I'm thirsty. Anyways, that's all done. If that's all you're here for, see you in the next one. But if you want to know what life has been like since failed Couchmas, once again, stick around. So Couchmas was a bust once again. I had when was he born? August. So September, October, November. I had a 3-month-old while I was filming most of the stuff, and I got a little burnt out there. Finally figured out what the issues with the computer were. If you've been around on the channel, back in 2022, maybe 2021, I don't know. No, I think 2022, I bought a new computer, a desktop computer. I was like, I need this. My laptop was from 2014. She's getting old and she cannot handle DaVinci Resolve, which I use to edit my videos. Then the computer started going kaput. After a little bit, it would just shut off. Couldn't figure it the fuck out. Went to go bring it in, they couldn't figure it out, whatever. Years go by, I'm still fucking dealing with this. Last year, at the end of the year, I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. Bring it in. It's the fucking power cord. The whole time. Get a new power cord, working beautifully. A couple days after Christmas, it's like sleeping on the table upstairs. I moved everything up so that I could work up there while the kids were like playing and doing whatever, instead of being down here in my dungeon. And then it shut off. Done. Would not turn back on. I have been trying. It would not turn back on. I have to go bring it in, but I know this one's going to be a bigger fix, and I am just not ready for that price tag yet. So I have just been doing fuck all with videos and whatever. I've been more active on like Instagram and TikTok and shorts here. Instagram stories and like comments and like building community and whatever over there on Instagram mostly. But then I was like, I miss sitting down and talking to my camera like a fucking idiot, and I miss like the YouTube format, so I'm just gonna go back to this raw, unfiltered, unedited madness, and it's gonna be great. So here we are. One day soon I will get the computer fixed. We might get an iPad soon, and I can use DaVinci Resolve on the iPad, and I can go back to my editing. And like, I love editing videos. I love learning new things. Like, I learned so many new things for the Couch Miss stuff, especially my December TBR, like the newscast style. I learned how to do so many new things. I did a green screen for the first time. It was fucking fun. Anyways, for now, I'm gonna be doing, that was my toes that cracked there, by the way. I'm gonna be doing videos like this. Just chilling, hanging out on my phone, unedited, unfiltered, raw dogging life. You get to see me as I am with my toilet spiraling train of thought. But yeah, I'm gonna be posting, I'm doing a challenge right now on Instagram where I'm trying to post every day for 30 days, and then there's like prize money at the end. If you actually finish all 30 days, it's split between all the people that actually do the thing. So I will be trying that. And then in between, whenever I get some time to myself to film without children screaming, I'm gonna sit down and film videos like this. So if you have any ideas, anything that you want to see from me that I can do in one sitting that's not like a vlog style or anything where I would need to put anything on the screen, because that's not fucking happening right now, let me know. And yeah, I'm gonna be talking more about like where I kind of was while the whole computer thing was going on, and like what was adding into not having energy to film and whatnot. If you haven't seen it, I did post a short here on YouTube and an Instagram reel and a TikTok thing about where I've been at since August when I had my 4th kid. Postpartum depression has come around this time again, and it's been fucking bitch. So I've talked about that. I will be talking more about that more in like short form videos, like bite-sized stuff, because it fucking sucks to talk about for a long time, and I get very emotional, and I just don't really want to be doing that right now. So like the shorter stuff works. But yeah, I am trying to get back into reading physical books and doing all of the things to get my mental health back to a spot where I really enjoy being. So that is it for me. Let me know down below in the comments what you like to go to for slumps. That's what we were talking about before I went on this fucking tangent. What kind of books you like to read to get out of slumps, any recommendations that you have for someone who's trying to get out of a slump, or if that's just too much or you don't have a lot of time, drop some hearts down below, preferably purple ones, because that's my favorite color. As always, to stay updated with my current reads and how I'm feeling about them, you can follow me on all of my social media stuff, which I will leave linked down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share the video so everyone else can join in on the madness, the chaos, the shit show, especially this unedited, absolute shit show. A picture. Oh, my baby's sleeping at school. My baby. That fucking annoyed me the way I said that. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and get at least a little bit of uninterrupted reading time. I love you, awesome nerds, and I will see you in the next one. What am I going to talk about? Series I want to binge, probably. All right, I gotta go see what time it is, where the bus is at, what's going on. I love you, bye!